Am I? Am I there?
I don't know.
Should be.
I'm not seeing it.
It says I'm live on JK. I'm live right now. 18 seconds.
Can you?
Invite you?
No, not invite. Just can you send me a link?
I don't know how. Uh,
Oh wait. Hold on. It is showing that you're live. Okay, got it.
oh, I'm there?
Yes, you're there.
Yeah, okay. See, I wouldn't be able to do it without you, and I know people's probably gonna, whether they tune in or not, whatever. Uh, well, I'm trying this to get used to this, people. I'm trying to find. Oh, there's my camera. I can't see. Um, I want to talk about mental health. It's something that is very near and dear to me and my wife's, um, to us because of we deal with mental health. Um, we both deal with PTSD, anxiety, things like that. Um, so it's very important that we get messages out there to let people know that it's okay to be okay. It's okay to have moments where you can't be tough all the time. I was told that I had ma-
Toxic masculinity.
toxic masculinity for a long time. I didn't see it, but I think about it back in the day, and I do see it where I had times where I can see it, where I would not want to be emotional in front of people, and it would just it would tear me apart, and I would just it would bear down on me because at the end of the day, I didn't know how to handle it. I'm better now how to handle it. I found outlets as like the gym, um, chat. See if it. Um, okay, say something in the chat if you can see if it's working because it doesn't show anybody watching.
Okay. Yeah, it's there.
I'm talking about you. You say something. So back to what I was saying. ADHD, PTSD, um, anxiety, all of that. It's a bitch. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to lie to you. There's days that I don't know how I'm gonna handle it, but I figure out a way because I have a support system. Now everybody doesn't have one. Um, Even if it's just one person. I mean, and they can listen to you and help you understand yourself a little bit because every day we it's a challenge for people with mental health. And I'm not talking just depression. I'm talking about from a grand scheme of things. It's a lot. And also, I was when I was diagnosed with leukemia this year, I must have drove my wife nuts because I didn't know crap about it. I didn't know what it would do. Honestly, I thought I was going to die in 5 years. And any news like that, any devastating news can with people with anxiety, it can drive you, it can drive your brain crazy. I'm sure. I'm sure there's people watching this or will watch it later that will probably sympathize with what I'm talking about. When I put up the shorts, there was a couple of people, you know, that reacted with some with things that they said, and I'm not here to try to say that I'm worse than anybody or I'm better than anybody. I'm here to try to tell people that it's okay to not be okay. And Jelly Roll song, he made that song, and it speaks the truth. I mean, you don't have to be tough 24/7. When I hear people talk about in the gym, no days off. No days off doesn't necessarily mean you're in the gym 7 days a week. No days off just means that you're sticking to fitness to yourself, whether it's lifting weights, walking, eating better, you know, stuff like that. When it comes to no days off, I don't believe that you should be in the gym 7 days a week. You don't need to be. You get outside and walk. Get outside and enjoy the scenery. Um, I have to be careful now because of leukemia, so I have to be careful with the sun. Um, so I have to put spray stuff on and make sure I don't get burnt. Yeah, fun stuff, sticky stuff, things like that. So the first thing on my mental health is my ADHD. That one right there, besides my anxiety, really drives me nuts. There's times that I have to check to make sure I've turned off the stove because I didn't set nothing on fire, but I have scorched a pan or two in my time. Um, yeah, and I'm sure some people out there have done that too. Um, it comes into play when I'm having conversations with my wife. I've been known to cut her off in the middle of the sentence and not meaning to do it, and not just with her, just with people in general. And nobody's ever been mean to me about it and said anything like, "Hey, let me finish." Besides my wife, but she understands my ADHD because our son has it as well, so she understands it pretty well. Um, Sometimes it's my ADHD scares me because I'm afraid I'm gonna set something on fire. So I'm trying to be more aware in the kitchen or anything like that. Or when I'm driving, I'm afraid I might get distracted and um, cause a wreck. So it really does worry me. Um, I have I have an email attached to this. It's JK a lot, just like the name at outlook.com. I want to try to do something to where um, to people can send me questions and things that they would want me to talk about because I can't always talk about I don't always know what to talk about or what people would like to talk about. And you can send me an email, an anonymous. I won't mention your name if you don't want me to. I'm cool with that either way. Questions, comments, anything. I got that idea from a musician when she started a podcast. She's like the same way. Send her questions, topics, and she'll talk about them. And you can be anonymous. I don't have to mention your name. And it's just I don't get out much, so this is my way of trying to communicate with people and try to do my part for mental health and for physical health and take care of yourself. And I'm not one that's going to pound that information into people. You have to come up with your own decisions in your own. I'm just here to help try to push you in the right direction, try to give you the tools to say that when they say anything is possible, I agree about 99%. You've got to know what you can do. Like, for instance, I know I can't balance, so I'm not going to go out there and try to practice a balancing act to try to see what I could do because I know I've tried balancing before and just it's not me. But don't be afraid to try something. Don't be afraid to try anything that you want to try. I mean, you may or may not be good at it. You might surprise yourself um, at what you're good at. I'm good at talking, obviously. I can talk your ear off. Um, and it's always broken. It's never always the same subject. ADHD, of course. I just did a paper for school and I put it in words, but then I had to go back and I had to have my wife help me sit here with me and help me put it in the right format and help me get it right. Because you can give me a subject and I can go on and on and on and it'll just be run on sentences and periods and commas everywhere. It would look just like utter shit. And yeah, I'm not good at that. So the next thing on my list I want to talk about right now is leukemia. CLL. It's called chronic lymphocytic leukemia, however you pronounce the shit. And back in March, I was diagnosed with CLL leukemia. I can no longer donate plasma. I'm not going to go into a long rant because people know I've put this out there before. I'm on disability. I've been on disability since 2014 because of mental health, and now this just makes my brain worse, and it's hard for me to comprehend what's going on. So I started a GoFundMe. I wasn't asking for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I think I set it at like 2,000 when I started it. I wasn't looking to fund my life. I just needed a little help so I could figure out what to do as far as earning a little money here and there because I can't donate plasma. I can't go get a job because I would lose my disability and my insurance and cancer diagnosis and treatment. I'm not in treatment, but going to the doctor every 5 or 6 months, blood work, that could run $2,000 to $3,000 a pop, and I can't afford to pay that. So I'm on uh, health insurance, Medicaid for that. Um, I'm just being real with y'all. Whether you There was a history teacher that I had at Nickel State, and he said that when you're having a bad day, there's always somebody in the world that's having a worse day than you, and then somebody has a worse day than them. Somebody has another. You can just go down and down and on and on. Same thing if you're having a good day. Somebody can be having a better day. We shouldn't try to compare ourselves to who's having a better or worse day. I run into people when I'm out doing shopping or something like that, and I tell them about my day. And I've had a few people, oh, you think you've had a bad day, and they go on about their day, and it's like I'm not trying to have a competition of who has the worst day out of each other. That's just not that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just when they tell me they've had a bad day and they tell me like what's going on, I'll listen to them. There was me and my wife went to Walmart the other day in the morning. We had to go get a few things, and there was this lady in a motorized wheelchair, and one of Walmart's carts, and we was talking to her, and we helped her find a few things like protein shakes, and we was telling her about our journey and stuff like that, and she was a nice person. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know who's going to be sent into your universe, who is going to test you. And I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. So you never know who is going to be sent into your life. Try to be a good person, try to be, you know, nice if you can. Yes, it's hard to be nice because some people just get under your skin in general. I know this. There's a few people in this world that I try to not want to talk to because they just for that specific reason. Oh, I have a light. Was that you? Okay, was that you? Anyway, um,
Yes.
so it, I'm just want to talk to people. I want to. I just want to talk. I want to listen. I want to be there and listen. You have questions, you have comments, you have anything you want me to talk about, send it to the email. I will, if you want to stay anonymous, I will keep it anonymous. This is something new to me. I'm sure. Well, it's not new to me talking, but new to me going live. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little nervous. Yes, I don't have some ecstatic background. I don't need all that flashy, fancy background to get your attention. I'll put it in the hashtags and get your attention. I'm not trying to be some fancy smancy YouTuber. I'm not trying to be like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast. I'm not trying to be like all of them. They're famous for what they did. That's fine. I'm not downplaying what they did on YouTube to get famous. Everybody has their own things that they like to do. Gaming. They like to play games and while they're playing, let people watch them to get strategies that normally they would not see on their own. You know, where it was back in the day when we had like Zelda, we had to look at magazines that had maps and all the tips and tricks was in these books. Now we have access that's online, and you have people that play these games like they try to do every single thing possible in the game to help people learn it, which is cool. But I'm not a gamer by any means. I get frustrated with them things. I have a PS5. I have probably played in like months. Maybe I should start playing again. And yeah, I get nervous and I fool and I fiddle. Um, I don't know. There's no. I don't know how many people's watching. It doesn't show me. Doesn't matter. Even if it's only one person that sees it, but it will get seen. I'm sure throughout the day. Um, Again, I'm rambling on. Back to the main subject about leukemia. Yes, it's scary. It scares me, but I'm better every day. I start thinking about it like I'm not in treatment. I'm at what's called stage zero. I don't have no symptoms. Um, Now, I can't guarantee that when time does come for treatment and they put me on medicine, like what they have, they don't. I don't sit in a chair with chemotherapy. It's like B2K inhibitor pills. It's different. It's chemo pills, so I don't have to sit in a chair for 3 hours every time. Now, I can't say how my mental space is going to be when that happens. I'm probably going to lose my shit. Probably going to get scared again. It's just par for the course. Um, Eventually, I'm gonna find different things to talk about, not just mental health. I'm gonna find like different articles that I want to talk about that really, and it doesn't matter how I feel about it. It's just things that need to be talked about. Things shouldn't have an awareness month. It shouldn't have prostate cancer awareness month. It should be something that should be talked about more than that. Breast cancer awareness month. That should be all the time. Anything, things like that. All the medical stuff should not have a month dedicated. I get it. I respect it, but it should be talked about more than what it has, especially mental health these days. You know, mental health is nothing to play around with. I've been dealing with it for 30 years, as far as I know, since I was like 16. I don't know how far back it went, and again, this is going to be unscripted. Things that I talk about, it's not going to have a script in front of me. It's not going to be pre-recorded where I can edit my words. I want to show you the real true me. I know there's going to be a few curse words. I know this. I'm going to try my best not to cuss, but I can't guarantee that. So I apologize in advance if somebody gets offended because I use a few curse words. That's just me. So again, I'm gonna try to do this once or twice a week to try to. I'm gonna do shorts. At least I try to do shorts, and we do shorts of our workouts. I started a new regimen, and I'm gonna take a few videos of different exercises and put them in shorts. Different. I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna use different exercises every time. Um, so again, I think I've rambled enough today. Almost 20 minutes of rambling on and talking, talking, talking. So again, there's an email that y'all can use to send me questions or any topics you would like me to discuss, and I don't have to say who sent it to me. Um, Basically, like my version of question and answers on when they put it on Instagram and they put in their stories. Ask me a question or how can I help you? That's what my email is for because I can look at the emails and look at the subjects and I can think about while I'm talking what the subject is because I'm better at ad libbing than I am at a script. Uh, it's just easier for me to talk from my brain instead of looking at a script because I just I would rather be raw and upfront and real with everybody and not read from a script because I'm not here to I'm not doing this to give anybody false hope. I want people to understand that I am here to listen. I'm here to talk. I'm here to try to be a voice for people that are afraid to speak or scared to ask questions. Me, I'm not scared to ask questions because I'm not afraid of the answers. Well, except for maybe if you told me I only had 6 months to live, I think I'd be afraid to ask that. That's probably the only thing that scares me. If I was told I only had so much time to live, that would scare me. But other than that, the questions, I'm not afraid to ask questions. I don't want to know when I'm going to expire from this earth. I know it's going to happen, but I don't want to know when. Some people, very few, some people can handle it when that happens to them, but not everybody. Almost guarantee you, 98% of people, if they said they had a year to live, it would freak the shit out of them, scare the fuck out of them. So again, just shoot me a message, email, comments. It doesn't matter. So y'all have a nice Saturday. Tomorrow is rest day from the gym, and we have to do a little small bit of grocery shopping. But other than that, we're gonna enjoy our Saturday and just relaxing around the house. So again, y'all have a great day.